What's up guys, my name is Asian Psycho, and this will be the last episode to my, what's the chapter number again? Yeah, right, that's right. The second chapter to my Exploring the Arsenal series with me, Asian Psycho, aka Total Sniper 98. And it'll be featuring the AK74M Gold Plated. Unfortunately, however, I wasn't able to find anyone who who had the AK74M Gold Plated. So for this video, the gameplay is just gonna feature me using the all the other AK74 variants, and I'm just gonna be listing the stats. Well, not the stats, but basically what I feel about the gun from memory, because I have used the AK74M Gold Plated extensively before in the recent past, and I think it's a very good gun, and it just may be one of my go-to guns if, of course, if I had it in my hand still. But anyways, let's get right into his stats. So the damage on the AK74M Gold Plated is 45, which is a 1-point improvement over the AK74M and a 2-point difference over the AK74U. Now, this is pretty significant because at its rate of fire of 70 and its damage and its accuracy for an assault rifle, this is actually a very good combination. 45 damage is as strong as the G36E, which, as we know, is a very strong assault rifle. So, with the power of a with the power of a G36 but enhanced rate of fire and portability, that tells you something, doesn't it? So, damage is very solid on the AK74M Gold Plated. Moving on to its portability, its portability is at 63, so it's the same as the AK74M. Still a very portable assault rifle. Its rate of fire is at 70, so again, same as all the other variants. Fires very fast or relatively fast for an assault rifle. Now its accuracy is the same as the AK74M's at 90, so this makes it as accurate as the G36E and pretty much one of the most accurate assault rifles in the game right now. And the accuracy will come in very handy once we talk about the recoil. And actually, we're going to talk about the recoil right now. The recoil is set at 68. However, I have a strong disagreement with Nexon about their recoil stat that they say on their website, because even though they say it's the same as the AK74M's, the Tapfire Ability on the AK74M Gold Plated is much better for whatever the hell reason. I do not understand why, but it's significantly easier on the Gold Plated than it is on the AK74M regular. But then we'll get to the Tapfire Ability in a second here. First of all, we need to talk about the rest of the recoil statistics, or the recoil characteristics. The recoil spread on the AK74M is either identical, is similar if not identical to the regular AK74M's hip firing, spraying, whatever that shenanigans. Anyways, so yeah, you shouldn't really expect that much of a difference while just hip firing. So don't go expecting, oh, it's a lot better. Its spray is gonna be a lot tighter. No, that's not the case. The recoil kickback is the same as the AK74M. Those two, the kickback and the, the spread, are pretty much identical to the AK74M in my opinion. I didn't really see a huge improvement over the AK74M. Now the Tapfire Ability, this is what I strongly disagree with. For some reason, the AK74M Gold Plated is much better at tap firing over long distances. Meaning in that, what I mean by that is the AK74M, if you remember back in my AK74M review before this one, the AK74M has a tendency to jam. What I mean by that is, if you tap fire too fast, then it'll fire two bullets, or fire two bullets in quick succession then in times where you don't want it to. So I'm sure you guys have had that kind of experience before, where you fired more shots than you want to do while tap firing at long range, and that can get quite annoying, especially when you want to take down a target quickly, or you absolutely need to take down a target at long range, and you can't afford to have your gun kind of jam up on you. The AK74M Gold Plate does not have that problem, so it is that change alone is very significant in your long range abilities. So that's why I think that the recoil on the recoil statistic, the statistic on Commodore's website is kind of flawed for that reason. Moving on to its center speed, the center speed is also pretty much identical to the AK74M. It centers Faster than G36E's, but then still not as fast as some other guns I can name. Reload speed is the same as the AK74M's. It's moderately fast, I guess. If you don't have extended mag on it, that is. The fire modes, it only comes with one fire mode, I believe, just full auto, but you can tap fire with it, so you can think of it as having a single fire option if you know how to tap fire, that is. Moving on to its luck, it performs pretty much on par with the AK74M in my hands, at least. So luck is similar to that in that it's moderately lucky. I get in this video, I think I get quite a few headshots, so that's something to consider, I guess. If you can try going for those lottos if you want to, but for the most part you shouldn't really, because they're not really that reliable unless you so happen to really be good at no scope or lottos. Its ammo capacity is standard at 30 rounds in magazine and 90 in reserve. And its key physical characteristics, it's basically a reskin of the AK74M. All it has is a sleek gold camo in the middle of the barrel, I believe, and at the end, I don't really know what it looks like, but I do know for a fact that it does have a gold camo, hence the name Gold Plated, and it looks pretty boss, just like how the gold camo looks on the AK74U Gold Plated. So yeah, that's about it for its key physical characteristics. All it was a camo change. Muzzle noise, it sounds exactly the same as all other AK74 variants, so not really much to expect there. Moving on to its attachment options, you can attach any kind of attachment on this gun, silencer, extended mag, or magazine modification, or what was the last one? Or a scope. And whether or not it's Fireteam Worthy, I would say it's actually quite Fireteam Worthy, even though it does have a high rate of fire, which means it's a bullet hose, or your assault rifle bullet hose. It's very powerful though, so you can take down a lot of zombies with the ammo you have before running out completely. So as whether or not it's quarantine worthy, I would say it's more quarantine worthy than the AK74U variants, definitely, because it definitely feels faster than the AK74U and the AK74 Gold Plated, so which doesn't really make sense, but whatever. But as like a go-to gun for quarantine, it's not that good. I recommend going with SMGs or something like that. Now, for my frank personal opinions, the AK74M Gold Plated, from what I remember, is a very good gun. It kills quickly, because it has the power of G36 and a fast rate of fire at 70, and yeah, at long distance, it's a very good assault rifle. You can almost counter snipe people, counter snipe snipers at distances if you're good enough at tap firing. Because tap fire on the AK74M was horrendous, and on the Gold Plated, however, it's a much different story, and thank God it is, because it's a lot easier to tap fire with the Gold Plated AK74M than it is with the regular AK74M. So, moving on to my not frank personal opinions. I already finished that. My final rating. Now, my final rating, let's see. Close quarters combat would be the same as 90, because even though it does have 1 point more damage, at close quarters, the AK74M and the Gold Plated variant deal about the same damage, so it's not that significant. It's at long range where that 1 point difference matters a lot. So CQC is still going to be at 90%. For middle range combat, I'm going to say it has about 90, or not 90, it's not that high. I want to say about an 87, because I don't know. It feels like a really solid gun at middle range combat, as long as you remember to burst fire. Burst fire is huge for the AK74M Gold Plated, so make sure you keep that in mind. And at long range, I'm gonna have to give this thing an 85, because you can counter snipe people with this baby. Yeah, that's how good it is at long range. So that gives us a final rating of 87 and a third percent. So I believe this is actually the highest rating for a gun I've ever given so far. 87 and a third final rating is definitely not something to be looked over, especially if this percentage represents the if this percentage represents like the amount of gunfights you'll win overall just using the AK74M Gold Plated. So yeah, that's once again my final rating for this gun is at 87 and a third percent. So hope you guys enjoyed the AK74M Gold Plated review, guys, even though I don't really have any gameplay of the AK74M. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day, and peace, guys. See y'all later. Oh, and by the way, unfortunately, Zephyr CAPM and I don't know who requested these guns, but for the M417 SB, Rec 7 range and Scorpion's PP19 mod, I unfortunately will not be doing releasing the videos or the review videos for those three guns quite yet. I'm going to wait until I do the rest of their family variants in my Exploring the Arsenal episode. Oh, by the way, there's a hacker that ruins this game. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be putting up those videos just yet. I'm sorry. I know Zephyr CM wanted to see the Scorpion's PP19 mod, I think, review before he went on vacation. But that's what I've decided, and hopefully you guys are able to understand. Next up is going to be covering the K2. So hope you guys look forward to that, and have a nice day. Peace, guys, and we'll see you all later.